beautiful readers. It's me, Lisa, and I'm coming at you with the second episode of our series about acne. You can see that I'm covered in patches because I've had a massive acne outbreak due to my travel to England and how stressful it was. It was really challenging for me, and I'm here battling my acne. And since I know that there are so many people in my same situation, I want to help you to cure your acne alongside me, to all get down to having a better skin from the inside out. So if you have not seen episode 1 of the series, episode 1 is all about discovering the root causes of your acne. It's very important because without knowing why we have acne, we cannot effectively treat acne. So we need that knowledge to be able to cure what we have. So if you have not watched it, pause this video and go alongside the other one to watch that episode and tell me why you have acne and to discover the reasons for your acne. So I have decided to use this episode to discover together why we seem to have done pretty much everything that we could for our acne. We have been treating it for years, and yet it's still on our faces. It's populating our beautiful smiles, and for me it represents a really high point of insecurity. One of the biggest reasons why people have acne is linked to their diet, because what you put into your body is what your body absorbs and what your body translates into your skin, because it's all interconnected. And so it's very important to insert into our bodies something that helps us to achieve a better result on the outside. So obviously a good perfect diet is rarely existing, but we have here, according to Deborah, what she believes to be the correct diet according to science. So the correct diet would be 10% of fresh fruits and nuts, which is super duper important and super duper tasty as well. 50% of fresh veggies and 30% of protein and fat sources, and 10% of legumes, starches and grains. So all of this can be achieved through a veggie diet, a vegetarian diet or vegan diet, or also a normal diet if you don't want to spend your life without meat. And it's not necessary to eat meat to get all of the nutrients, because our veggie friends have all of the nutrients that we might desire. So this is how a correct diet should be shaped. And this is a very important step towards having a very healthy and glowy skin. There are other nutrients that we can absorb not only through our food. And to this, Deborah dedicates many pages of the book identifying the hormonal imbalances that cause different requests to your diet and to your absorption. And she also talks about taking in supplements, and for example, I take B12, calcium and vitamin D, and this can be found at the drugstore. You have to be sure of what is lacking in your system. So Deborah suggests to do some tests with blood or other fluids in the body to discover exactly what is lacking in your system. And another of the big reasons why you might still have acne, even though you've been treating it for years, can also not just depend on your diet, but also on inflammation. Inflammation is a major problem that our body has, and it can be a positive thing because through inflammation the body pushes out nasty stuff. But if the body remains inflamed for an excessive amount of time, it becomes chronic inflammation. And chronic inflammation is not good because it constantly keeps the body in a condition of alertness, and in the long run causes damage to the skin. And I am most clearly inflamed. I am trying to reduce this, but this is something that is linked to stress. It's not only linked to what we ingest, obviously, but the topic of inflammation is a very key one. And so basically we are gonna dive deeper into inflammation and discovering what inflammation does and how we can beat this. So inflammation can be caused by bacteria that infects the pores and follicles of the skin and then leads to buildup, clogging the pores, and then lesions. And this causes inflammation. Or it can be chronic infection, which is viral, bacterial, or fungal parasitic, and this is not good at all. Then there is systemic inflammation that results in organ dysfunction, immune system exhaustion, it can be environmental toxins and detoxification issues. That is another massive topic for the nutrition of the skin. Nutritional deficiencies, as I told you, poor lifestyle and dietary choices, which is still linked to the diet and the choices we make on our diet. Then allergies, intolerances and sensitivities, and lastly, impaired gut function. So, as we said, inflammation is originally positive, but it can become very negative if we keep having inflammation in our skin. And so systemic inflammation is very bad. It can lead to a lot of nasty stuff, but we have to look into how to treat inflammation and how to help the immune system. So reducing inflammation, which is key, can be done by eating healthy, non-inflammatory and antioxidant-rich diet. Antioxidants can be found in pretty much many, I won't say all, but very many veggies and fruits. And there are pages on Instagram that highlight all of these good foods that you can eat, and you can check them on there, or you can simply search on the internet or ask a medical practitioner what is best for you. But so many fruits and veggies have antioxidants, so that's why they are so good. Then avoiding food sensitivities, allergens and saturated fats. The food sensitivities can be caused also by not only looking into allergies, but simply stuff like lactose. Lactose can cause a very high insensitivity, and it can really cause a lot of acne. So in fact, I'm trying to go lactose free to see if it changes something, because for many people it works wonders. Then engaging in moderate exercise that's appropriate for your fitness level, aiming for balance, because if you do exercise that is too strenuous for your body, it can cause inflammation as well. So you have to find something that simply works for you. And an example of this in my case is that I am doing a lot of yoga this year. I'm really diving deep into yoga because I am a person that stresses very easily, and I really want to put a lot of calmness into my life. And I subscribed to this, which is Boho Beautiful, and Boho Beautiful has so many yoga classes, and she does this in all places of the world that are most beautiful. She is a nomad with her husband, and they go around, and she has amazing classes that I do every day. I've been doing it every day for I think 2 weeks, and it really works wonders also for stretching your body, and it really is good. And I chose this for myself because I love it. And I also work out with Pamela Reif's workouts, because obviously yoga is really good, but I also want to pump it up a little bit more, but not much more, just to stay fit, stay healthy. And I also walk a lot, which is really good as well. Then you have to stay hydrated with water and reduce alcohol and soda intake, because alcohol is full of sugars and it's really bad for you and for your body. Then another thing is reducing stress, getting enough sleep and managing mental health. Getting enough sleep is something that I'm really working on, but the reducing stress part is something that I'm trying to work on through the yoga, because it's really important, but sometimes you really cannot help it. And I'm really trying to have a more balanced diet. And I suggest that if you are someone that is really keen to stress out in situations that maybe don't really need that amount of stress, I would suggest you try yoga too, because it really helps. And it really helps you to find a deeper reason for things in life and stress you out. Then reducing environmental toxic exposure, which is another thing that is super duper key, and we don't actually usually think about the toxins that come from the outside, but like pollution and so many other things are very, very dangerous for our inner equilibrium, because toxins can be found inside the body and outside the body, and this is what makes it super difficult. Then reducing chronic infections and latent infections. So this is done by supporting the immune system, and can also be done with treatment if you have very bad infections. Then improving oxygenation, that can be done through meditation and also yoga, because yoga helps you to improve on your meditative state, especially yin yoga, which is really focused on respiratory regulation and on really concentrating on the movements, going deep into the movements and breathing deeply, which is really, really good. I've been doing it for a lot of time and I just love it, because I think it's really the best one for me. If you like more active stuff, of course it's good, but that one really helps you with oxygenation and gives you a lot of benefits to the body. Then making also sure your gut is healthy is really helpful, and the gut is something that we usually tend not to think about, but it has to be treated with care and with love. And so these are some other reasons why your acne might not be cured at this point, because there are so many factors that contribute to your acne that we might not be thinking about. And now that we have introduced the root reasons for acne, reasons why you still might have acne linked to your diet, to external and internal environments and equilibrium and inflammation, in the next episode, we are going to talk about how to finally treat and cure acne, not only through dietary choices, not only by reducing stress, reducing inflammation, but also with other practices that can really help and make a difference in the ways you are experiencing your acne. I really hope this video helped you in some way. For me, it certainly did. And if it did, tell me in what ways in the comments below. And tell me at what point you are in your acne journey, because it's literally a journey, something that we have to go through with light-minded hope. And yeah, we don't have to stress ourselves too much about it, because it's just something that happens. It's natural in most people. So we don't have to stress about it, and we can fight it together. I love you guys. We will see each other next week for the last part of the series.